All right, so we're diving deep into Kevin Harvick's career today.
Yeah, a lot of people wanted this one.
He's earned it for sure.
Yep.
But I think, the thing that fascinates me the most about Harvick is how he earned the nickname the closer.
Right.
And it wasn't just like fluke wins, it was like this kind of this pattern of him pulling these things off. So I really want to kind of dig into like what made him the closer.
I think it's fascinating too that he almost has like this classic hero's journey kind of story.
Yeah.
When you think about his career.
Yeah.
Starting in Bakersfield, California.
Right.
Which is not exactly a racing hotbed.
Right.
How did this kid end up being a NASCAR legend?
Yeah, and he didn't come from like, a racing family. So like what were those early years like for him?
Yeah. He didn't have it easy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Starting out in the NASCAR Truck Series at 19.
Right.
He had his fair share of struggles. But even back then, you could see glimpses of that never-give-up attitude that really defined his career.
Right.
I mean, he used those early challenges, those less-than-perfect finishes, really to refine his approach.
Right. So he was already developing that kind of mental toughness early on.
Yeah.
But I have to imagine, like, nothing could have prepared him for what happened in 2001.
Oh, yeah.
Stepping into Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s car.
Huge shoes to fill.
After that tragic Daytona 500.
Right.
I mean, the weight of that legacy.
I mean, that's where Harvick's story transcends just racing.
Right.
Imagine the pressure on this young driver.
Right.
I mean, the entire NASCAR world was watching.
Yeah.
I mean, questioning, could anyone fill the void?
Yeah.
Left by the Intimidator.
Yeah. And then he does it in his third Cup Series race at Atlanta.
Right.
That finish.
Atlanta Motor Speedway, yeah.
Beating Jeff Gordon by 0.06 seconds.
Crazy.
I mean, it's almost like legendary, but was it just raw talent?
I think there's a deeper layer to that Atlanta victory.
Okay.
It was more than just a race win.
Yeah.
It was this cathartic moment.
Yeah.
For the entire sport.
Yeah.
Still reeling from Earnhardt's death.
It almost feels like fate.
Yeah.
Stepping into that car.
Right.
And then pulling off such a dramatic win.
Right.
So did that experience change his approach to racing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That win revealed something crucial about Harvick's driving style.
Okay.
He thrives under pressure.
Right.
Like his focus sharpened.
Yeah.
His decision-making became even more precise.
Yeah.
And that's where we start to see the closer emerge.
So how did he go from this young driver kind of thrown into the spotlight to becoming the closer? Like, what were the specific strategies or techniques that allowed him to pull off those incredible last-minute wins?
I think a key factor was his incredible race awareness.
Okay.
He had this uncanny ability to analyze the track, the competition, and his car's performance throughout the entire race.
Okay.
So he wasn't just driving.
Right.
He was constantly calculating,
Yeah.
strategizing, waiting for the right moment to strike.
So it sounds like it wasn't just about speed.
No.
It was about patience.
Right.
And knowing when to make that move.
Exactly.
Are there any specific examples of his driving style or strategies that stand out during those closer moments?
Take his fuel management, for example.
Okay.
He was known for pushing his car to the limit.
Yeah.
Squeezing every last drop of fuel to stay out longer than his competitors.
Right.
This often put him in a position
Yeah.
to capitalize on late race cautions or pit stops.
Ah.
And it gave him that edge in those final laps.
Wow. So it wasn't just about the raw talent.
No.
It was about understanding the nuances of the race, the car,
Right.
and even his competitors.
Right.
But there had to be a mental aspect to this as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, how did he maintain that composure
Yeah.
under such intense pressure?
Yeah.
Especially in those final laps.
That's where his mental toughness truly shines.
Yeah.
I mean, he had this incredible ability to compartmentalize.
Right.
He could block out the noise, the pressure, the distractions,
Right.
and focus solely on the task at hand.
Okay.
This allowed him to stay calm and collected
Right.
when others might crumble,
Yeah.
making those crucial split-second decisions that lead to victory.
It sounds like he almost had a sixth sense for those late race scenarios.
Yeah.
Like he could anticipate the moves,
Yep.
sense the openings,
Right.
and then pounce when the opportunity arose.
Exactly. And that's what made him so formidable.
Right.
His competitors knew he was always a threat,
Right.
especially in those closing laps.
Yeah.
He earned that closer nickname
Right.
because he was a master of turning those seemingly impossible situations
Right.
into victories.
So you've painted a picture of a driver who's not only incredibly skilled behind the wheel, but also a master strategist with nerves of steel.
Right.
But his career wasn't just about
not at all
dramatic finishes, was it?
No, his career is remarkable for its consistency.
Right.
You know, his ability to adapt across different eras of NASCAR. We're talking rule changes, car designs, different generations of competitors.
Right.
He remained a force to be reckoned with throughout.
So he wasn't just a one-trick pony.
Right.
He had to evolve
right.
to constantly refine his approach, to stay competitive.
Right.
And that brings us to his 2014 Cup Series championship.
Right.
What were the key factors that led him to that ultimate prize?
Well,
you know, what allowed him to finally kind of reach the pinnacle of the sport?
That 2014 championship, I mean, it was a culmination of all the skills and strategies we've been talking about.
Right.
It wasn't just one brilliant move.
Right.
It was a season-long display of consistency.
Adaptability, and of course that signature Harvick clutch performance.
So it sounds like it was more than just winning races.
Right.
It was about consistently performing at a high level throughout the entire season.
Yeah.
Were there any specific races or moments during that championship run that really stand out?
Absolutely.
You know, like where you really saw those qualities come to the forefront.
Take the penultimate race at Phoenix International Raceway.
Okay.
Harvick went into that race needing a win.
Okay.
To secure his spot in the championship finale at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Right.
He started the race in a less than ideal position.
Yeah.
But as we've seen time and time again,
right.
He had a knack for finding a way.
And I'm guessing he found a way to win that race at Phoenix.
You guessed it.
It seems like pressure situations really brought out the best in him.
Yeah, he battled his way to the front.
Yeah.
Taking the lead in the final laps and holding on for the win.
So, classic Harvick.
Classic Harvick performance. Yeah.
Showcasing his ability to rise to the occasion when the stakes were highest.
So he secured his spot in the championship race.
Right.
But how did he approach that final race at Homestead knowing that the title was on the line?
He went into that race with the same focus and determination he brought to every race.
Right.
He didn't let the pressure get to him.
Right.
He executed his race strategy flawlessly.
Okay.
Stayed out of trouble.
Right.
And put himself in a position to win.
And of course, he ended up winning the championship.
He did.
It's almost like a storybook ending.
It was.
To a season where he consistently delivered under pressure.
Yeah, it was a well-deserved championship.
Right.
A testament to his hard work, his talent, and his unwavering commitment to excellence.
But beyond the trophies and the statistics, Harvick's impact on NASCAR extends far beyond the track.
It does.
He's certainly become a fan favorite over the years.
He has.
What is it about him that resonates with the fans? Is it just the wins, or is there something more?
I think it's more than just the wins.
Okay.
It's his personality, his grit, his authenticity.
Right.
He's never been afraid to speak his mind.
Right.
Even if it ruffles some feathers.
Yeah.
And the fans appreciate that honesty.
He's not just a driver, he's a personality. Someone who's relatable.
Yeah.
Even with all the success he's achieved.
Exactly. I mean, he's proven that you don't have to come from a racing dynasty to make it in NASCAR.
Right.
You can start in Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Face your share of challenges and still rise to the top through sheer hard work and determination.
That's a powerful message.
It is.
It's about chasing your dreams no matter where you come from.
Right.
But speaking of overcoming challenges, Harvick's career spanned several different eras of NASCAR.
It did.
How did he manage to stay competitive?
Yeah.
Amidst all the changes in the sport?
That's what makes his career so remarkable.
Right.
He wasn't just a product of a particular era or driving style.
Right.
He adapted.
Right.
He embraced new technologies.
Yeah.
Adjusted his approach.
Right,
and continued to find ways to win.
Can you give us some specific examples of how he adapted to the changes in the sport over the years?
Take the transition from the car of tomorrow to the Gen 6 car.
Okay.
These were major design overhauls.
Right.
Impacting everything from aerodynamics to handling.
Yeah.
Many drivers struggled to adjust.
Right.
But Harvick embraced the challenge.
Yeah.
Quickly mastering the new cars and remaining a front runner.
So he wasn't afraid of change.
No.
He saw it as an opportunity to learn, to evolve, and to stay ahead of the curve.
Precisely. And that adaptability, that willingness to embrace change is a valuable lesson for all of us, no matter what field we're in.
Right.
Because the world is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
And those who can adapt are the ones who thrive.
it's not just about talent.
Right.
It's about having a growth mindset.
Yeah.
A willingness to learn and evolve. But let's get back to his on-track performance.
Okay.
He mentioned he won 60 Cup Series races.
Yeah.
Putting him 9th on the all-time list.
Right.
That's an incredible feat of consistency.
It is.
Were there any particular tracks or types of races where he seemed to excel?
He was a master of diverse tracks.
Okay.
Winning on everything from short tracks to super speedways to road courses.
Wow.
But he was particularly dominant on 1.5-mile tracks.
Okay.
Which make up a significant portion of the NASCAR schedule.
Why do you think he was so successful on those 1.5-mile tracks? Was it a specific driving style?
I think it was a combination of factors. He had a knack for managing tire wear on those tracks.
Okay.
Which is a crucial aspect for maintaining speed over long runs.
Right.
He was also adept at navigating traffic.
Right.
Which is crucial on those intermediate length circuits.
So it wasn't just about raw speed. It was about understanding the nuances of those tracks, the tires, and the flow of the race. But beyond those 1.5-mile tracks, he achieved something only a handful of drivers have done.
Right.
Winning all 4 of NASCAR's crown jewel events.
Right.
That's got to be a point of pride for him.
It's an elite club to be a part of.
Yeah.
Winning the Daytona 500, the Coca-Cola 600, the Brickyard 400, and the Southern 500 is a testament to his versatility as a driver.
Yeah.
I mean, he conquered the biggest and most challenging races on the NASCAR calendar.
So we've got this incredible driver who thrives under pressure.
Right.
Adapts to change.
Yeah.
And consistently delivers at the highest level.
Right.
But eventually, every driver has to hang up their helmet.
Yeah.
Harvick announced his retirement from racing.
He did?
After the 2023 season.
Yep.
What do you think prompted this decision, and what does his post-racing career look like?
I mean, he's been racing at the top level for over 2 decades.
Right.
It's a demanding sport.
Yeah.
Both physically and mentally.
Yeah.
And he's achieved everything there is to achieve in NASCAR.
Right. So it sounds like it was time for a new chapter.
Right.
But he's not stepping away from NASCAR entirely, is he?
Not at all.
Okay.
He's transitioned to the broadcast booth.
Right.
Bringing his knowledge and insights to a new audience.
Right.
It's a natural fit for him.
It seems like he's always been a student of the sport.
Yeah.
Always analyzing, always strategizing.
Yeah.
I can only imagine the kind of insights he'll be able to share as a broadcaster.
He's already proving to be a valuable addition to the broadcast team.
Yeah.
He's got a sharp wit.
Yeah.
A deep understanding of the sport.
Right.
And a knack for explaining complex concepts in a way that's engaging and insightful.
So even though he's no longer behind the wheel, his impact on NASCAR continues.
It does.
It's almost like he's entering a new phase of his hero's journey, sharing his wisdom and experiences with the next generation.
That's a great way to put it.
Right.
He's not just retiring, he's evolving.
Right.
He's using his platform to give back to the sport he loves, to mentor younger drivers. And to connect with fans in a new way.
And as we reflect on his incredible career, what do you think will be his lasting legacy?
Yeah.
How will Kevin Harvick be remembered in the annals of NASCAR history?
Well, I think his legacy is multifaceted. On the one hand, you have the stats.
Right.
60 Cup Series wins, a championship, victories, and all the crown jewels.
Right.
He's undoubtedly one of the greats, statistically speaking.
Yeah, he's cemented his place in the NASCAR Hall of Fame, for sure.
Right.
But I'm sensing there's more to it than just the numbers.
Right.
What else will define Harvick's lasting impact?
Beyond the wins, I think he'll be remembered as a fierce competitor.
Yeah.
Someone who never backed down from a challenge.
Right.
He pushed the limits, both on and off the track.
Right.
And that earned him the respect of his peers. And the admiration of the fans.
He was never afraid to speak his mind,
right.
To challenge the status quo.
Yeah.
And that kind of authenticity can be rare. It can.
Especially in a sport.
Yeah.
With so much history and tradition.
Exactly. He wasn't just there to drive.
Right.
He wanted to make the sport better.
Yeah.
Push it forward.
Right.
And that's a quality that transcends any particular era or driving style.
You've mentioned his adaptability several times throughout this deep dive.
Right.
It seems like that was a defining characteristic of his career.
It was.
But how did that translate beyond the racetrack?
Yeah, his adaptability wasn't just about adjusting to new cars or rules. It was a mindset.
Right.
A willingness to embrace change and find opportunities where others saw obstacles.
Right.
And that's a valuable lesson for anyone in any field.
Yeah, it's about being a lifelong learner.
Right.
Constantly evolving and refining your approach.
Right.
Harvick's career is almost a masterclass in that philosophy.
Absolutely. And I think that's part of what makes him such a compelling figure.
Yeah.
He wasn't just a talented driver.
Right.
He was a student of the sport.
Always seeking to improve.
Yeah.
Always striving to find that edge.
And now he's passing on that knowledge,
Right.
that passion for the sport.
Right.
As a broadcaster.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's come full circle.
It is.
Starting as a kid from Bakersfield with a dream.
Yeah.
And ending up as a respected voice, shaping the next generation of NASCAR.
It's a testament to his enduring impact on the sport.
Right.
He's not just leaving behind a record of wins.
Right.
He's leaving behind a legacy of dedication, determination, and a never-give-up attitude.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the career of Kevin Harvick, I want to bring it back to you, the listener.
Yeah.
We've explored the key moments, the strategies, the mental toughness that defined his career.
Yeah.
But what resonates with you the most?
Yeah.
What's the one takeaway you'll carry with you from his story?
For me, it's the reminder that success isn't a straight line.
Right, yeah.
There will be setbacks, challenges, moments of doubt. But it's how you respond to those moments that defines you.
Right.
Harvick faced his share of adversity, but he never let it break him.
Right.
He used it to fuel his drive, to refine his approach, to become even stronger.
It's a powerful message.
It is.
Of resilience, adaptability,
Yeah.
and unwavering commitment to your goals.
Absolutely.
And as we've seen, those qualities can lead to extraordinary achievements.
They can.
Both on and off the racetrack.
Right.
So as you navigate your own journey,
Yeah.
whatever your race may be,
Yeah.
remember the lessons we've uncovered today.
Right.
Embrace the pressure, adapt to change,
Yeah.
and never, ever give up on your dreams.
And who knows, maybe you'll find yourself channeling your inner Kevin Harvick.
Yeah.
Pulling off your own incredible last-minute victory.
That's all for this deep dive into the career of Kevin Harvick.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep pushing yourselves to be the best versions of yourselves.